Hello, my name is Eng.Hesham.Salah. I'm a Mechatronics engineer from Eng.Hesham University in Egypt. Today I'll show you a new problem. How can you solve it using MATLAB? Our problem here, suppose you captured the photo using the camera. You want to get that object and that, not that, and not that. Why you don't want to get that? Because it hasn't the Eng.Hesham's University logo, okay? And that object is not complete, okay? It's a defected object that you don't want to get it with you, okay? To solve this problem, you have to apply these steps. The first step, you should compare the areas. You have here an area reference. You will compare this area with the area of each object you have in your photo. Next, you should search for your logo on every object you have. And the third step, you will detect the color, okay? And number 4, you will locate the centroid of each object to give these coordinates to a robotic arm to pack this object from the conveyor, okay? How you can compare the areas of that object with every object here, and how you can detect the logo. Our code, as you will say, it can't match two objects. It can't match the logo which is existed on a lot of or more than one object in your photo, okay? And the color detection detected the color of each object you have in your photo, and the same for the centroid. To make these 4 steps, you missed an important step, okay? Which is object segmentation, okay? So the process will go on like that. First of all, you will capture your photo using your camera. And the second step, you should segment each object in a separate image, okay? So then you can apply these 4 steps. And after that, you should get a result like that. Here is the object I don't want because it hasn't a logo, and this object hasn't a complete area. It's a defected, although it has the logo, but the area is not complete, okay? And these objects are okay. I want them, okay? So I will, after matching the areas and matching the logo, I will detect the color, which is blue here, red, purple, and yellow. And after that, I'll locate the centroid of each object. You will find a plus sign here, which refers to the centroid. Here are the axes, x-axis and y-axis. They don't appear on the image, but I draw them here for clarification no more, to indicate that in MATLAB, it measures the x-axis from the top left point, okay, like that, 71, 202, 333, and y from top to bottom, like that. You will find 74 or 74 here, and 219, okay? How you connect the camera to MATLAB. At the beginning, you should connect the camera before you open MATLAB. You should connect the camera before you open MATLAB. And the code for running the camera, first of all, you will use this function video input to start playing the camera. When video, it refers to the cameras that you have connected to MATLAB, and 1 or 2 or 3, this is the index of the camera, okay? Adjusting the colors of the camera to be RGB. If you didn't put this line, you will get a reddish photo, or a photo that has mixed colors that you don't want this display, okay? Setting the time between a frame and another one, and you start the video. What video? The video input here, okay? And you capture a photo, data get snapshot, it capture a photo and put it in data, okay? If you wanna display a live stream, you will put a while loop here before you get a snapshot and determine the number of frames acquired, and running the loop, it will capture an image every certain time, and at the end of the code, you should end the loop you created here, and you flush the data, okay? As you will say later in the code. Let's see it. Okay, here in our code we have 4 M files, the main and file to compare areas. This function compares the reference object
we got here, this is a reference object, okay? It will compare this reference object with the object in your captured photo. If areas are matched, well, it will return 1. Otherwise, it will return 0. This function detects the color of the object and returns its number. It can detect up to 5 colors, as you can see: blue, red, green, purple, and yellow. And this function is used to match the Eng.Hesham's logo to the objects you have. In the main, I will use all of these files to generate my algorithm, and I will not run the camera. I will use a saved picture from my PC. Okay. Here you read the logo reference image and the area reference image and your product's image, which is that. This is your product image. Okay. First of all, you make a thresholding by separating each channel, and you will make a binarization and ending the channels again to get your binary image from your product image. Then you apply medium filter and complement and remove all areas below 100 pixel and filling the holes in your image. All the previous steps are just for a preparation, okay? Here you get a photo V with labeled objects. Suppose you have here 6 objects, okay? If that object is number 1, you will find the V photo a matrix of zeros. But in the place of that object, you will find ones. And this, if this object is number 2, you will find instead of zeros, you will find 2. And here, instead of 0, you will find 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay? This is V. And K, it refers to the number of objects you have in your photo, which is 6. Then you converting the image from RGB to gray is a good step that I want later. Okay? And then you will display your image, and you make hold on because I'll plot the centroid on it. Okay, here you begin the segmentation. You will make 2 for loops. The first one from 1 to k, which is the number of objects you have. For each object you have in your photo, to get the first object, you use the function find v equal j. J is the label number of the object you have in your photo. You will return the rows and columns. You will create a photo that has a length and width as the same of the object you have. Okay. Then target 1, it will be a matrix of zeros with length and width dimensions. Target 2, again, I'll use it for something else. And target 3, it will be U8, a photo that has a gray photo. It builds a gray photo with 250, which is a white photo. Okay. Here you get the minimum x of minimum rows and minimum y, and then you run another loop to get each pixel value in M. What is M? M is the binary image of the product image you captured. Okay, you will get every pixel here and you put it in target 1. And A, what is A? A is your image, but after filling the holes. Okay, it doesn't differ a lot from M, but you made removing areas and filling and so on. You will put the values in target 2, and finally you will get the values of the RGB to gray image here, which is a grayscale. You will get each value and you will put it in target 3. Note here in target 3 I made a matrix with the same rows and columns as R2G, which is a grayscale image. Okay, why? Because I should Why? Because I should put here in color detect file target tray and product image, they should have the same class and size. Okay, so I created a photo with the same size as product image, but product image is three matrices, but in the code I'll manage this problem. Okay, here as I told you before, you will run your steps one after one. First, you will check the areas. I made the segmentation here. Now I have each object separately. Target 1 and target 2, you get your object separated. Okay, I'll compare the areas between the reference area and between the target 2. If the area returned is equal to 1, which means the areas are matched. So I'll go on to the next step and matching the logo of Eng.Hesham and target 1. And if it returns 1, so matching occurred. And then you will get the color of the object by returning the number of the color, and the region pops to locate the centroid of the object you have and will plot it on what? On the image you displayed here. Okay. And then you draw a box around the right object, center props 1 dot centroid steps to locate the centroid and the rectangle. After that, you will get your color returned here and you make a switch. Case 1, the color is blue, 2, red, and so on, and then you make ends 2. This section I told you before, when you run a while loop, if you use a camera to capture a live stream, after the loop you should make hold off. Hold off for what? Hold off for the captured image you got. And then end and stop the video you started at the beginning. If you use a camera, you started the image. Okay? You setting video to grab, start video here. You started the video here, and so at the end you should stop the video and flash the data and clear roll. It will run after the frames you choose are done. Okay? Then the camera stops. If you want the camera runs for a lot of time, you should increase the number of frames you want. Run the code. Okay, here is our objects detected. Right. If we change it, our photo with another photo like that, run. Here I detected the objects which are in different places. Yellow, purple, red, blue, right. If I got another photo too, run. Here I got the right objects again and the right colors. Here you notice that the logo is clear, but because the area is not complete, as I told you, it doesn't go through the loop of matching, or it doesn't go through the file of matching. Okay, it disqualifies it. Okay, and here because it doesn't have the logo, it disqualifies it again. Okay. Okay, thank you. I finished my video. If you have any questions, just write it below in the comments. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe.